time for an adventure. Hello, I'm David. This is my adventure journal. We have just arrived to our campsite right by Zion National Park. We have a glorious sunset going on, and we are setting up camp right now. We're lucky to find a campsite that has some coverage. We also have bathrooms as well and showers, so it's going to be a great time staying here. Looking forward to all the adventures we're going to have exploring Zion. I am most excited to climb Angel's Landing, but there's just about everything else in Zion we're going to explore, so tune in. All right, we are here in Zion. This is our first day hiking in Zion. We're doing one of the shorter trails as we have put in for the lottery to do Angel's Landing and other things. We are very excited to be here. The views are just incredible. It is hot, so make sure you bring lots of water when you come here. It's October 1st. We've officially been on the road for over a month now. So we're celebrating with some pretty fantastic views. We are here at Zion National Park. Our trip started a month ago and we went to the Smokies, the Ozark Mountains, Colorado Springs, and here we are now, Zion National Park. Voting ends for the quarterfinalists tomorrow. We are currently in 4th place, and if we aren't in 1st place at the end, we are cut, and that's it. We appreciate everyone who has voted to get us this far. If you wish to purchase votes and donate to the National Park Services, that's one way you can secure us more votes, but otherwise, we are grateful to everyone who has gotten us this far. Thank you so much.
Not as green.
Still great.
It is great. It's just not as green.
The lights and shadows are one of my favorite parts of hiking along the West Rim. You see the sun there, and then it's just so bright behind me.
Everyone from the highest to the lowest, you will have to fall 400 meters before you...
All right, Angel's Landing, here we come. Start of the hike. Very excited, let's do this. There we go. That's where we're headed. Up ahead, you can see Walter's Wiggles. People just winding their way up. Up, 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 and up. Oh boy, look at that view. That's incredible. Oh my God. 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 Oh wow. Well, that's cool. Well, here we go. All right, let's do this.
goes all the way otherwise. Wow. That's wild. Look at the ridge there.
I live here. It's a bear. Wow. Oh, wow. I think we've almost done it. I think we're almost there. Incredible. That's the coolest thing ever. Fruit cup. We barely made it. Good joke. Oh, wow. Sometimes you just have to charge head first down a mountain and hope you make it to the end in one piece. Yeah, everything is fine. Everything is cool when you're part of the team. You're doing great.
You go away. Go away. What's them?
Thinking about some ice cream, baby, I need it. All about that ice cream. Oh, it's so sweet. I want that ice cream. Ooh. Off of this valley. Some ice cream, that's it for me. It's amazing up there. The hike is fun. The chains aren't that bad. If you think about it too much, that's the worst part.
It's
You
easy.
just keep your head down and keep going, and you'll get there one step at a time. That's how we climb mountains.
Experiencing things?
Yes.
Well, I just experienced walking up a really big hill, mountain actually, and I'm tired.
Tired and
Hungry. My legs are a little shaky, but it was a really good experience. I've had scarier ones. This one had chains. This one was a experience based in chains, and that was the experience.
as the river bends around the rock, so the mountain bends around the stream. We are in another cool cavern. We are here inside Zion at the Middle Fork Taylor Creek Trail. There are 2 cabins you see along the way, and you see the effects of what a small stream can do to a mountain. It's time for an adventure. We are hiking the Narrows in Zion National Park today. We're having a blast. It is cold. After a hot day, we are loving it. We're hiking the Narrows. It's a beautiful day. The water's nice and cold. We rented some shoes for our feet because, rocks are slippery. We've got our poles and are having a great time. How excited are you to be here?
So excited.
We love the Narrows.
We finally have water
We finally have water.
after 2 weeks.
We have been in the desert, and we have been in the mountains of Colorado. Well, we made it all the way to the end, and we are on our way back. We've had a great old time hiking we're in the Narrows. We've seen plenty of little waterfalls coming out of the sides, lots of places where the water comes in. Every once in a while you get a nice sunny spot to warm up, but otherwise it's nice cool water, relaxing as you go. It gets real busy on the weekends, so come early or come on a weekday. My shoes that I rented are a little big, and I keep having to take breaks to clean them out of all the dust, pebbles, sand, stuff like that. I had a splinter in my foot yesterday, and then we did an 8-mile hike. Couldn't get it out last night. We had to get it out this morning with a knife. So walking around on that, anytime I get dust or pebbles in there, it's not a great feeling. Nothing can stop me though. Look at this view. It's worth it to be out here. Traveling up against the water is difficult. Traveling with the current, so easy to do. I feel like traveling up takes twice as long as coming back does. We are back hiking the Narrows again. It has been a hot few days, so this afternoon we wanted to escape the heat. So we came outside to the Narrows, and here we are cooling off. We decided not to rent the shoes this time because we're only going to be here for a few hours. So we're here hiking in our little toe shoes, and it's a much different experience this time. My feet are cold, my footing is not as solid, and we're going much slower, much more cautiously. I don't think we'll be able to make it very far at all, but it is nice to get out here and relax and enjoy. So if you are coming to hike the Narrows, I highly recommend renting the shoes because it comes with a liner on your feet that keeps them nice and warm. And then the shoes keep your feet steady, so it's just not so uncomfortable. Some other things, I like hiking with 2 poles. My footing is so solid because no matter where I go unsteady, I have something to support me. Jacob is hiking with 1 pole, and that is not as steady. Some other fun things to consider, come early. Definitely come early. The water is a little dirtier now because people have been hiking in it all day. So you can see better as you're walking along, so you can find better footing along the way. There are a few spots that go above your waist. Honestly, like, my mentality is if you rent the shoes or you just commit to doing it, you just got to do it. You got to get through the other side. And as I started on the way, I was uncertain about my feet. I wasn't having a great time. And then we went through up to the waist, and my mentality of commitment kicked in, and I was like, that's it. We're doing this, and I'm gonna have a good time about this. And after we got through about 10 yards of a little deep part, it wasn't so bad, and I was having a great time after that. So changing your mentality along the way is something you have to do because you are hiking in cold water, but I want to be here. I want to experience this. Look at everything we have right here to be grateful for. We're in a nice little bend, sitting on top of a rock, eating a snack, escaping the heat. It's a beautiful day outside. One of the inspiring things about national parks is how people really took a lot of time and effort to get us here. You know, there's a mile of a trail that it took to get to the Narrows for us to hike in it, and it took people time and effort to build those bridges and to make those trails. When we hiked Angel's Landing, that trail didn't just appear over there. People saw a mountain and they said only angels could land there. And then someone was inspired enough and said, I'm going to make a trail that gets us there. And now, after a lot of time and effort, you can hike up to Angel's Landing in an afternoon. It's an inspiring view, it's an inspiring place, and national parks are here to inspire us to achieve those places and those goals that are just a little too difficult to reach, but it takes a little bit more work, and we can get there. So, go visit a national park. All right, so we are coming up to the deep part where it gets above the waist. It's not that bad, but if you go out here to this side, it's very deep. Jacob was walking through the other day and trying to rush, and he sank. So here's where we're camping. This is a nice ranch. We drove in over this way through here. We've got this amazing view. We hiked up here on top of a mesa, little trail to see the ranch. That's where they have horses that they train. There's some cows in there. That little black dot over there is a free-range llama that goes around town. Those black dots over there are bison that they have. Over here, this range here is where the RVs are parked. Of course, we're the only ones here, and we are hiding behind that white barn. You can't see us. And we walked the road here and took a little trail with a few switchbacks up here to see the view. Here's something you can't see from camp. If you zoom in that way, that's where Zion is. Can't see it from camp, but we got quite a spot. And now we are gonna sit up here and enjoy a beautiful sunset. Jacob ruins the audio once more. We are here on top of a mountain overlooking Zion right behind us. Our trip here in Utah is coming to an end. We were at Peacemaker Ranch for a week, and then we spent a few days up in Duck Creek in an Airbnb with Jacob's family. And we got to explore Zion together, travel some of the trails, and really just have a great time being adventurers and exploring. Jacob is a professional experiencer now, and so the experiences we've had have been ones that we will not forget. We have done a lot of exploring here in Utah, from the valleys to the mountaintops and all the places in between. Some highlights include hiking up Angel's Landing, all of Zion. We really enjoyed Kolob Valley, the other side of Zion, and then driving through the east side of Zion was so pretty. Utah has been great. I have loved seeing it in the fall. They have some aspen trees here on this mountaintop, and I'm really excited for the winter time when we will come back and get to experience it with our first ski time up here. We are now headed to California. We are going to be camping by the redwoods. We are camping in the redwoods. The winter is starting to roll in, so we don't have too much longer of camping before we have to make our way south to New Mexico. But I'm hoping that we might be able to spend some of Halloween season in Portland to see what that's like. It's been a great trip so far, over 5 weeks on the road, and it's just constantly rewarding us with amazing memories, beautiful views. This is where we're meant to be. Go for it.
It's been really real and so cool. The Angel's Landing hike is a permit-based hike, and we were lucky enough to get a permit because David and I both applied for permits on the same exact day. He did it probably 2 hours before I did, and I put in my application just like out of sheer luck, just randomness, to do it the very next day during the hottest time. But I was able to get it. David got denied, he didn't get selected, and I was able to get us selected for that hike. The Narrows is really cool. Having the right shoes is like super important, and it's gonna be like once in a lifetime experience. How often do you go back to places? If you live like this, sure, all the time, but when you're vacationing, how often do you get to go back to those places? So if you find yourself here at Zion in the surrounding area, it is 100% worth doing the stuff that you might not get a permit for, or doing the stuff that don't require a permit. So Narrows is number one. It's gonna be busy, the water's gonna be a little bit chilly, but it's a really nice contrast between the two, like the hot air and the nice cold water you get to walk through. It is totally worth going past the 3 deep spots. I'm a short guy, and it only went up to my neck on the deepest spot. So if you're taller than me or my height, you could definitely do it. The water isn't rushing, there isn't rapids or anything like that. It's all just smooth walking through just beds of rock. So it's definitely worth it. And also, even just seeing things like this is just worth it for the moment. We try to pull over every time we see something as we're driving through. It's worth to see.
How many
That's
shooting?
Zion, like right there, very far in the distance. The rocks there. Those are the canyons of Zion.
How many shooting stars have you seen?
Like so many, a lot. Although we weren't able to see the northern lights that came, the Aurora Borealis come down. Arizona was able to see it the night that it was supposed to be here. It was just a lot overcast, but seeing the stars and the moon is still always worth it. That's all. Professional experiencer signing off.